While the retail market focused on daily equity fluctuations, institutional capital quietly braced for a massive structural shift in currency markets. The Indian rupee has slid past the critical 96 mark against the US dollar, hitting its lowest level in over a month. This sharp currency depreciation comes at a time when crude oil prices are surging on the back of widening Middle East tensions. As domestic bond yields climb and equity indices face persistent pressure, the RBI has stepped into the market to defend the currency. This is not just a temporary currency fluctuation. It represents a deeper structural repricing of emerging market assets. To understand the gravity of this shift, we must look at India's core structural macro mechanics. India imports over 80% of its crude oil requirements, making its trade balance highly sensitive to energy prices. When global oil prices climb, the demand for US dollars among domestic refiners surges, placing direct pressure on the rupee. Companies like Reliance Industries and ONGC operate at the very center of this energy equation. Reliance relies heavily on imported crude to feed its massive refining complex, while ONGC benefits from higher upstream realization prices. This dynamic creates a split reality across the corporate landscape. But that is only part of the story. While energy importers face immediate structural headwinds, export-oriented sectors act as a natural portfolio hedge. This currency depreciation directly enhances the profitability of major Indian IT export giants like TCS and Infosys. These firms earn their revenue in US dollars while their operational costs are denominated in rupees. This dynamic provides a strong defensive buffer during periods of global currency volatility. Institutional investors are actively analyzing how this divergence between importers and exporters will reshape corporate cash flows over the coming quarters. Here is where the margin metrics become interesting. When we look at India's macro financial accounts, the rising cost of crude has historically widened the current account deficit. This widening deficit creates a structural headwind for the currency, which is reflected in foreign institutional capital flows. Over the past month, we have seen consistent capital outflows from the Nifty FIFT as global funds de-risk. This capital flight has placed upward pressure on the sovereign 10-year government bond yield, which recently climbed higher. This yield pressure raises the cost of capital for all domestic corporate borrowers. Something important is happening here in terms of corporate margins. A weaker rupee combined with rising energy costs creates an immediate double whammy for consumer-facing manufacturers. Raw material import costs are rising at the same time that domestic transportation costs are adjusting upward. If these companies cannot pass these costs to consumers, their operating margins will contract. We are tracking a clear margin divergence between sectors with pricing power and those vulnerable to cost inflation. The market appears to be pricing in a tighter earnings profile for mid-tier manufacturing firms. Now look at how the central bank is reacting. The RBI has maintained a clear execution strategy of active intervention to prevent wild, volatile swings in the currency. By selling US dollars from its massive foreign exchange reserves, the central bank is acting as a crucial stabilizer. This defensive playbook aims to anchor inflation expectations and prevent a self-fulfilling cycle of rupee depreciation. However, this strategy is not without cost, as it gradually drains national liquidity buffers. Institutional analysts are closely monitoring the rate of this reserve depletion to gauge the sustainability of the defense. The next signal comes from management's capital allocation and hedging decisions at major domestic firms. Corporate treasuries at companies like Reliance are actively adjusting their currency derivative strategies to lock in import costs. Meanwhile, Exporters like TCS and Infosys are capitalizing on favorable forward rate agreements. They are choosing when to convert their dollar earnings to optimize cash yields. This active treasury management is now the primary line of defense against bottom-line erosion. How effectively these companies navigate this volatility will differentiate the leaders from the laggards in the coming quarters. That leads us to a bigger question regarding global energy markets. The current upward pressure on oil prices is driven by deep geopolitical friction in the Middle East. Any disruption to major shipping lanes immediately triggers a risk premium in global crude benchmarks. For India, this external shock is highly problematic because it bypasses domestic economic policy entirely. Even if India's domestic economic indicators remain robust, global energy volatility continues to dictate terms to the currency. This structural reality forces institutional managers to view Indian equity valuations through a global geopolitical lens. But energy is only half the equation. We must also examine the global dollar regime. The US dollar index has shown remarkable strength as global capital seeks safety amid rising geopolitical uncertainty. Higher interest rates in developed markets have reduced the yield spread between emerging markets and US Treasury bonds. This narrow spread makes Indian debt less attractive to foreign investors, prompting capital outflows. This dynamic is visible in the recent spike in the 10-year Indian government bond yield. The global macro environment is creating a tough environment for emerging market currencies. Looking closely at the structural risks, the most immediate vulnerability is imported inflation. As the rupee depreciates against the dollar, the cost of all dollar-denominated imports rises automatically. This includes essential commodities like crude oil, edible oils, and specialized industrial components. This imported inflation quickly filters down to retail consumer prices, threatening the domestic purchasing power. If inflation remains sticky, the central bank may be forced to keep interest rates elevated for longer. This scenario would restrict credit growth and slow down domestic capital expenditure cycles. The second major risk is the acceleration of capital flight from emerging equities. When foreign institutional investors anticipate further rupee depreciation, they often trim their exposures to protect their dollar-denominated returns. We are seeing these risk mitigation measures play out on the Nifty FIFT index. This selling pressure creates a valuation headwind for high-multiple domestic stocks. Even fundamentally sound companies can experience valuation compression during periods of aggressive capital rotation. This makes asset selection and capital preservation critical for long-term investors. Where does this leave our forward outlook? The rupee is likely to remain under pressure until global energy markets stabilize and geopolitical tensions ease. While the central bank's intervention will prevent sharp, disruptive falls, a structural recovery requires a weaker dollar index. From a valuation perspective, we expect a reassessment of domestic corporate earnings estimates. Analysts are already factoring in higher energy costs and elevated interest rates for the upcoming quarters. This reassessment is healthy, as it aligns market expectations with macroeconomic realities. This outlook highlights a compelling structural investment thesis. While domestic manufacturing and consumer discretionary segments face temporary cost pressures, export-heavy sectors look increasingly resilient. The weaker currency strengthens the earnings visibility of companies like TCS and Infosys over a multi-year horizon. This divergence represents a classic capital rotation opportunity. Smart money is repositioning away from highly valued domestic plays and toward high-quality, dollar-earning exporters. This rotation is likely to gain momentum if global macro pressures persist. Let us summarize our tactical positioning in this environment. We are placing defensive export sectors on a clear breakout watch, as their dollar earnings and solid balance sheets provide strong insulation. On the other hand, we believe high multiple, debt-heavy domestic companies warrant a careful trim consideration. This caution is especially relevant for businesses with high foreign currency debt exposure. Navigating this macro transition successfully requires prioritizing companies with robust pricing power, low leverage, and resilient operating margins. The landscape is changing rapidly, and staying ahead of these structural macro shifts is the key to protecting your capital. For more institutional-grade market intelligence and deep portfolio strategies, subscribe to SR Money News and turn on notifications so you never miss an essential insight. Share your thoughts in the comments below on how you are managing your portfolio amid this rupee volatility. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next analysis.